the meeting. If you will all stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to thank everyone for coming. I would assume in school. So thank you for coming and participating. Approval of corrections of last month's meeting minutes. Any additions or corrections?
I have none. I'll make a motion to pass the minutes from the meeting October.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Minutes are passed. Going to start in with tab 7.
First off, I'm going to say thank you for letting me go first.
Yeah.
Since last meeting, we had 9 calls, 3 car accidents, which one of those we assisted Tippy on. They needed our struts. 1 medical call, 4 field fires, and then we had a Signal 9 fire alarm.
How many fire accidents?
3. One of those we went down to Tip for, that train.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Next, I know we've had this discussion less. I don't know if the other two. John Grolick went to the county trying to get a lit tax, and they don't want to do a lit tax until the jail's paid off. But they did come up with some amount that they would give the fire departments, which was $50,000. We had to give them our need. And right now my biggest need is air packs and bottles. We're on a hand-me-down system from MES, and the ones we get come from Fort Wayne and Indianapolis. You know, they see multiple fires a day. They're charred, got holes in the packs. They're tested before we get them, but there's only 2 to 3, maybe 4 years of lifespan in them when we get them. And then I gotta hope, you know, they have more hand-me-downs when we're ready for more. So the state did a grant, which we wouldn't have qualified for because of our budget, but they're doing a state funding, or the state pricing. It's $100 for 14 packs and 28 bottles and 14 masks is $113,400.
How many?
14 packs, 28 bottles, and 14 masks. If 113,400. If we can't get this state pricing ends December, and next year it will double. The pricing will double.
And how long are these usually good for? You're buying them new now, right?
Yes, it'd be good. They're carbon fiber bottles, 15-year lifespan. That would give us time to come up with a plan, because we have like year rotation now, but we've never had a bottle rotation. That would give us time to come up with a plan to set money back every year, so that way we're not in this situation again. But like I said, the county is going to give us 50.
And when were they planning on doing it?
So I sat on that safety committee. They've got it budgeted for 2025. And so, yeah, I sat with a bunch of the fire chiefs through those, and everybody kind of has their own thing that they're in need of. A lot of them was radios, but of course, you know, we used our ARPA money to help them with their radios. So, yeah, I talked to the gentleman also who's doing this, did the state bid, and he said that, you know, as long as we have it ordered by December 15th, we'll still, he wants them ordered by the 15th. The state bids till the 31st of December. But I talked with Ryan Shorey here last week one day. I had a meeting with him about that, because it's going to cost each of us about $33,000 above the $50,000 that we're going to get through the county. He felt more comfortable with that coming out of his 2025 budget. And, but, you know, that kind of money needed you guys' approval on that. I was fortunate to see them, Tiffy or Etna Green's got them at Career Day at the school here about a month ago. Etna Green had theirs there, and the way that they connect, I mean, it's amazing the difference in the technology and things with them now. But yeah, I mean, like I said, they're going to double in price after the first of the year. It's just, it's kind of, to me, it's a no-brainer, but you know, I need you guys' blessing on that. So if that would be the case, we ordered them here the first part of December. We'll be paying for them in 2025.
That's what I was gonna ask. So we don't have to pay for them until 2020.
No, we'll be paying for them in
Do we
2025.
know when we would get those in 2025?
When we would receive them,
Yeah, when we'd have to fully pay for them?
he did not tell me that when I spoke to him here a few weeks ago, because I imagine that there will be quite a bit of that will be coming through. On our side of it, you know, I know this was before you, Jonah, but Charles Compton had donated money to the fire department and also to the EMS department. So I budget money in that account every year just in case they need some pricey equipment or anything like that. So we have the money in there to come out of. I mean, they do have some in their regular budget, but who knows what, you know, 2025 would bring, that we might need something
The
there.
reason I'm asking that is, let's say the county doesn't give them the 50,000 until October. We're obviously gonna have to pay for that, so I just wanna make sure.
No, from what I understand, and I actually really need to call and talk to the auditor over there, because the last we were together, some of them hadn't been reelected yet, but they were pretty confident that they had, you know, they had their ducks in a row, I should say, on that. But because basically they'd even told me that I could go ahead and order them yet this year, and the county would give me the money, but I didn't like the fact that they didn't have it in their budget, so I wasn't trusting that. So who knows where that will be, but even if that would be the case, there's enough money that is budgeted in that donation fund that would cover that until we would be reimbursed.
I think it's a no-brainer then.
I do too.
So I make a motion to go ahead and pass the half of the needed extra funds above and beyond the county and the split with the township of around $63,000 split to buy the needed bottles, air packs for the fire department.
I will second that motion.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you. And then we had election of officers last month. There was a couple changes. Chief again for 2025. Assistant Chief Shane McIntyre, Randy moved to Michigan, bought a house. John's the captain again. And then we have a new training officer, Justin Wright. Then McLean wanted to split his job up, so he kept treasurer and Tyson took secretary part of it.
Just for moving into end of the year for 2025, we'll have to have a contract again.
Oh, that's on the agenda
Yeah.
down later, so
Well,
they've already approved their portion of it, so we have to go through us.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Right. Thank you.
You get on to your next meeting.
Don't get with me because he questioned me about size mask or fitted mask or.
I'll get with you. Normally we do like large and medium.
I don't know.
There's a couple small.
I don't know. I didn't know. He acted like they could fit them to you.
I thought they had to be fitted too.
Yeah, they're supposed to be fit. Yeah, we do fit tests every other year.
Yeah.
Hoosier came down last time and did our fit testing. But normally we just buy like large, medium, that way.
They would be interchangeable.
Yeah.
So.
If somebody either one they have.
Well, I'll get with you before I finalize that with Robert.
Fine, I'll call you.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. for everything.
Yes, thank you, guys.
Any old business? Moving on, right?
Excuse me.
Moving on to new business, fire department contract.
So, yeah, the contract, basically is staying exactly the same as it was in 2024. It was given to the fire department at their meeting last Monday. And they went over it, they've signed it. So basically just, we need approval of it on our side.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract with the fire department.
I will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
You're all gonna need to sign it.
Moving on to comp time policy amendment. I'd like to change it from 40 hours to 20 hours, minimum 1 hour use, which was already there in place except for the 20 hours. And then at the end of the year, pay whatever's left in your comp time and start over fresh at the beginning of the year. So 20 hours per week, maximum for the year.
20 hours for the year,
1 hour minimum use.
1 hour minimum, 24-hour request.
Yes. And the other, unless it's an emergency or something. The other thing is we have, most of us have comp hours already. Some of us have more than 20 right now, so it needs to be thought of before, once we put this in place, we carry that over, and what do we do with that also? Well, I guess my recommendation, since it's only kind of changed, but start the first year, make this official starting to absolutely. Fantastic. Okay,
So don't carry over. Pay out this year.
yeah, pay out this year.
We've never allowed them to be carried
Right,
over
that's why I'm
in the
asking.
past, so, and usually everybody uses theirs before the end of the year. I've never paid them out, but, no, usually it was stated before that you had to use them before the end of the calendar year.
All right.
I'm just gonna add one more thing. The 24-hour request must be approved by you. Yeah. It's on that.
It's in there.
It's in that sheet that we got. I'm just verifying that.
That's all I have for that.
So will you be able to take your comp time between now and the end of the year?
Steve? Hopefully. Okay. Steve has the most comp hours right now. How many comp hours do you have? I got like 23 or 24.
So to him anyway, so whether he takes it or we pay him out. So if he didn't take comp hours, he decided not to take it, we've been paying him overtime, so.
Just curious.
Is that just for their? Yes. You're on a different system. You're on 170.
Yeah, you guys aren't doing it.
Is there a motion on the table?
I'll make a motion to pass the requested comp time ordinance changes.
I'll
Policy
second
changes.
that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Ice machine, the matches, you looked into that.
I looked into that. The ice machine at Matches Center apparently has quit working completely. Equivalent of the same ice machine that we have there on the amount of ice it can make in a 24-hour period in the hopper size is about $2,561 plus a $200 filter system. We would be, the town of Bourbon would be doing the install on that. If you want the equivalent of what we already have manufactured. If we wanted to go with a less cost-effective version, there's one that you can buy on Amazon of the same size. for $1,129 with a $200 filter kit. Those are two alternatives to do the same size or have it. Did you ever find out what the quote was?
It's right around $2,500, is a little over that also.
So
I'm sure I would have an installation fee on that on top of it. And I guess at that point I would have a company that could repair it if
Yeah.
needed.
So I guess that's where, what my recommendation is if we're at $2,500, we hire it out. If we're gonna go the same machine, you guys wanna do a less cost-effective version, we're gonna, the town will have to put it in at $1,129, and there's, who knows how long it'll work or whether we can get it repaired if it
And
doesn't.
who's gonna work on it?
Exactly.
The 2561, does that include the filter system?
No, plus $200 on this.
200, you said.
Yep.
Okay.
What's your recommendation?
That Manitowoc ice machine's been in there since day one, which was 1993,
2000.
No,
2000?
2003.
2003. I was off by 10 years. So it's seen its time. It needs replaced, obviously. It's a brand name. It's a lot of the commercial units go through. If I was going to say what am I most comfortable with as the town investing into, it would be match for match. If I wanted to take a risk, and we didn't hardly ever use the match center, if it was at one of our ball diamond, I'd say take the risk. Because you can buy two for one almost. Well, not quite.
On your thought process.
As well as I, because who knows when it's gonna have to ever be worked on. We have the maintenance then that would be done.
And our goal is to get that match center right out.
Do you want to make a motion then?
The next question, before we make a motion, the next question is, do we go ahead and move forward with somebody else putting it in at the same cost plus labor, or do we buy it ourselves and we put it in?
But what was your quote?
Mine is right around $2,600. Like I said, I'm sure I'm going to have an installation fee for it also, because they come out of Columbia City.
That's the same machine?
Ours is that Manitowoc. That's the one that is currently there. The other one's a different. They're two different brand names.
How comfortable are you with that decision? Installment? Yeah.
Well, and just remember this, I'm not saying that they will or won't, but if you have somebody that's gonna do the install, they're gonna warranty it, they're gonna service it.
Yeah.
So are you saying go with this machine
And we're gonna spend,
and all on this program, or are you saying machine?
if installation's not out of line, if the installation's not out of line, I would say have somebody else install it if that price is matched. So it's covered under their warranty, and we know that they're gonna service it, not have them go, well, we didn't put it in, and now you're gonna pay for labor,
So equally, we're going to end up about the same amount.
plus labor with the.
Yeah.
This part will be around $3,000 probably.
And I can have him give me
And
a
updated.
updated quote. I mean, I spoke to him when I had him repair it the one time, and
Anyway, just to make a motion. So I make a motion with reasonable labor costs, that we go ahead and use an outside source to purchase the ice machine and install.
I would second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. You're on.
Lighting?
Okay. Lighting at the Matthew Center, we've got a lot of and I thought they were dusted on, apparently they're timer lights out there, which I will have that discussion if we decide to move forward with this. The 30th lights that are on Magic Center are yellowed, very dim, grungy looking lights. I actually had a company here locally look at them and give us a quote. He quoted that there was 7 lights at $285 a light. Comes out to $1,995 to do the install. What do you guys think about that? I mean, those lights, I've priced them even at,
Those LED lights?
these would be LEDs. I've priced them at local hardware stores. Those lights are $100 to $120 a piece to purchase them. Again,
But he's gonna install them.
he's gonna install them, put them in, caulk them, make them look pretty. And they're different. You do LEDs, you can do different tones, color tones, and these are adjustable. So if we want white or we want yellow, whatever, daylight, cool white.
And that's, I make a motion that we proceed forward with that on the lights.
You gonna second it since I used my quote?
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Oh, back with the lights thing again too, sorry. I was gonna add this. When we came in, as we can see outside, we came in on the BZA meeting last night, we could not see coming in this building, and I noticed the parking lot, which is a public parking lot, is also as dark as it is outside right now. I know we use NIPSCO, what do we rent them? I'm assuming there's a fee for pole lights. There is a center pole in the middle of that parking lot, right at the edge of the road, that I would suggest that we face the parking lot with. And then we've got a pole here on the corner. But I think these kind of face this direction until we can come up with a better lighting situation for our public walkways.
Are you thinking like an adjustable, directional, or are you thinking an overall?
I'm thinking just to dust the dawn my street light, like,
Okay.
because it's through NIPSCO at that point, is what I'm thinking of until we can come up with a better solution for here, because apparently,
We had lights on.
we had lights before until we tore down the exterior structure here, and that's when the lights came down. I never remember it being the stuff.
We put lights on the outside, like flood lights or lights. Yeah, it just depends on what you need. You need something really nice, nothing,
Yeah.
something aesthetically nice.
I think either way, we still should be putting a full light out here. If the grant goes through and we decide to pass the electric vehicle thing and we take up parking spots over here, this public parking lot's still dark. So we need to at least do one, if not both, in my opinion.
And that's the town's parking lot, right?
Yes.
So potentially we could have a liability issue should someone fall or whatever, am I correct?
Do you want to reach out to them and see what it's going? Yeah. We can do
You have all the time in the world, don't you?
Well, I mean,
it.
if you're pointing to Roger to do it, fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
between the
Who
two of
normally
you.
does? Who normally does?
Well, it's a street thing. We
I
can-
say
we'll
let
reach
Roger
out.
do it. Let
We'll
Roger.
reach out.
Thank you.
Ken Burger.
approval of claims 685 to 6966, $512,970.08.
Motion to approve those claims.
I'll make a motion to approve those claims in the amount of $512,970.
Second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I need approval of change order number 4 at the water plant for $19,625. These are additions. We had to have a damper modification on the chlorine room, and we had to upsize our chlorine line. Dehumidifiers, because we have the stainless steel tank that loved to sweat. And then we had to put an RO unit into the sink, because that we have to use that when we do our testing and our cleaning of our glasses and stuff like that. So then we also had a major issue trying to find the water line to disconnect it from the old plant. So that was some extra exploratory fees that we had to have done. So the total of that change order is $19,625.
I'll make a motion to approve change order number 4 for $19,625.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Carries.
On the meeting date in December, the gentleman, there's a sandstorm that's going to be here from the US 30 West Propel change out here on US 30. He's going to be over here in the council room on that Tuesday from 1 to 5, and then he is going to be staying for the start of the council meeting that evening, just to give a little bit of an update of where they are on that process. So he will be in the office, and so it will be open to the public that day. If anybody has any questions or concerns, that they can voice their opinion in December. Yeah. So that is that. The tree lighting is the Saturday after Thanksgiving at 6 o'clock at downtown at the square, and then Santa will arrive also, and then the fire department is going to be hosting Santa at the fire station after that. And I would also like if we could probably try to schedule a work session coming up between now and the next council meeting to go over several of the contracts before the end of the year. We need to address the salary ordinance and some of those things. So if you want, I can send you out a message tomorrow with several dates. It's kind of crazy, or my calendar looks kind of crazy between here and the meeting in December. So I'll send them out. Huh?
December 3rd.
December 3rd. I don't know. I have December 5th, Wednesday, November 27th, and Monday, the 18th of November. But I can look. I'll look. I'll just send you out some things.
Okay.
And see, and then you guys can respond. I'll send it by email so you guys can look at your calendars a little bit more at that point. Other than that, I think that's all I have. 6 o'clock.
Anything else, Ken?
That's all.
Chief Martin? You have my monthly report. I would like approval to hire Tracy Owens for a part-time officer.
I looked at her application
I
as
didn't get
well.
to see it. So I was waiting.
Did you want to see?
Yes, please.
That's okay.
Very good.
Already got background.
I will move trains. You in a hurry? Are you in a hurry? Are you in a hurry? We can come back to that.
Yeah, okay, we'll come back to that. Roger, Terry? Yeah, the activity reports. I would like council approval for the resignation of Carolyn Gregory. Motion for the resignation.
I will make a motion to accept the resignation of Caroline.
I will second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, next would be reorganization of the department. Make it real easy. Public Works, Assistant Public Works, and employees. How much easier is that?
Are you going by this?
Oh.
Okay.
Change that. So you're just adding Public Works and Utilities to your title? And the assistant same job description. Same job description. Would like to make Steve Walsh Assistant Public Works. Any motion?
I'll make a motion to pass the request of the layout, the structure, and making Steve Walsh the assistant public works.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is this the new thing?
Huh?
Is this the new thing?
No, that was
That's
just
the old thing.
That was the
Do
old
you,
thing.
do you have one?
Not one yet, we'll get one.
Okay.
They have a base, they
We have a
want to
base.
modify it. Just like every-
We're gonna tweak it a little, so. That's all I have. Steve,
The base that we're on. Yeah, I think that's the base that we're on.
I'm asking permission to spend some wastewater budget for rehab of the Northwood Station. It's getting a little older, it's our last one that's not up to date. Electronics are failing, they're not failing, becoming obsolete. So down the road when we do work on them, it's gonna be harder to find the parts and stuff like that. So with this proposal, we're gonna get a new electronics, all the power supplies and everything from the meter down is gonna be all brand new. And then we're gonna replumb inside of the wet well. So it's gonna be stainless steel and scheduled 80 PVC instead of flex hoses right now and scheduled 40 PVC. So just pretty much an update. You guys have the prices in the front. The Flow Technics is the pipe supports and the bases for the pumps. Crosby is going to be the contractor doing the demo and the install on those. Those two are for sure. The electric part, I've only got one quote, but it's kind of just to get us started. Need be, I can go out and get some more quotes and just kind of price that out. But the first two parts, we want to try and get done sooner, and the electric will probably be done in the spring. So it'll be like a little stretch out process. It's not going to be all overnight.
So what you're saying is you want to get this started before the end of the year, other than the electrical
I
side?
do. I want to get that rolling. The pump supports and the rails, a couple weeks, but that control panel is going to be like 2 months out. So it's going to be a long process to
It's
get
going
on
to be
site.
stainless steel.
It will be all stainless steel. So I'm just asking, at least the
Is this
first
the
two.
lift station by Bill?
Yes.
It needs improved, I mean, that's my opinion.
It's the last one we've got to redo.
Two of them are 2 or 3 years old, and the other two are about 12, 10, 12, which they're still in pretty good shape.
I make a motion to allow Steve to go forward and get a reverberation done.
I'll second that. Are we gonna ask for a second electric quote for 2025, or are we just gonna?
I think we should. But you can move forward, is my motion.
Move forward with 2024 proposal.
Yes.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Susie's not here.
You guys should have, I
Yeah, we
gave
got her.
you her thing, that she sent you.
Actually wondered about that camper out there.
Oh, I know, it's moved though already, I see.
Yep. They
It
followed
is
the,
going.
they followed the 14-day planning ordinance, and she
Yep.
was on it.
Can't believe they're gonna build a house on that though. That's awfully small.
I don't think they did their homework very good.
Any questions on?
I don't have.
Alex?
Last meeting, Robert Firestone was here. He asked me to let's take a look at, I guess, the budget plan for RDC. I did that. I got back with Robert, told him, basically that for the Indiana statute, he seems to make some type of written finding approving that, but otherwise it looks fine. I understand from talking with Jonah, it's not like that meeting's happening tomorrow, so you should have those findings tomorrow.
Is there anything court coming up or anything?
We have a couple of ordinance violations in court. Some of those have gotten paid off. I think there's still 3 that are pending out there. Those are reset to December 2nd, so hopefully those will be all taken care of after that point.
Okay. Any questions, Alex?
I do not. Thank you.
Going back to, is there a motion for part-time?
I make a motion to allow Bill to pursue the part-time position for Tracy Owens.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, I did have a question for you guys. There was something that's been pending in court, and that's, changing the vicar. Did you guys want me to do anything with that, or are we still kind of sitting tight on that? That's just kind of
Something
sitting
like
there.
this is fixed.
She did what?
It's done?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and just.
Patron comments. Again, thank you guys for coming. Did you guys bring your speech? Thanks, but it's important to participate, you know, see what's going on. Any councilman or comment?
I have none.
I have none.
And no meeting adjourned. Make the motion, I guess, for the meeting too.
I'll second that.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion adjourned.